So what's up guys, it's Hero here, and in today's episode of Warzone, we're going to be discussing the new top 5 most broken meta loadouts in Warzone as of the Season 5 Reloaded update. There were many buffs and nerfs to various guns in the game, and today I want to show you guys the top 5 guns, 2 SMGs, 3 ARs that are going to dominate the meta within this newest update. Let's set a like goal for like 50 likes if you guys are excited for these loadouts, and make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe and stay tuned for the most powerful guns. So we're gonna go ahead and kick things off with my favorite AR, especially for Rebirth Island, and that's gonna be the GPR 91. This gun wasn't buffed or nerfed within the most recent update, so it's still as dominant as ever. Wouldn't really use it on Verdansk, but in Rebirth is legit my favorite #1 gun. Let's check out the build. Now starting things off, I like the optic of the Willis 3X. It really allows me to see opponents at farther ranges with a lot more visibility and ease, and we also get some recoil gun kick control while using this optic. But if you prefer like Jason Armory 2X, that's also really nice if you want a different magnification, or if you want a red dot, you could try something like the Volsky Reflex, which secretly also helps your visual recoil and is a different sort of sight. So kind of personal preference on this point, but I like the Willis 3X the most. Muzzle-wise, we're going to rock with the Compensator. Really keeps the GPR nice and accurate so that it's able to beam at those farther ranges. However, if you're a master of this gun's recoil control, I would really recommend the Monolith Suppressor for that extra bullet velocity and damage range. But I think for the most part, a lot of us are going to prefer that Compensator. Barrel-wise, we got the Reinforced Barrel to help both our damage range and our bullet velocity, allowing us to melt even faster at farther ranges and allow our bullets to connect more. But if you want even more bullet velocity, because in Warzone, bullet velocity really does mean a ton, you can try out the Gain Twist Barrel, and experiment with each barrel and see what you might like more. But I like the Reinforced Barrel. Underbarrel wise, we're going all the way with recoil control with this, and that's going to be the vertical foregrip to give us as much recoil control as possible. You could also opt for the range of foregrip if you wanted some extra movement, but since you're trying to use this gun at a little bit farther ranges, I think you're going to want to be the most accurate. And lastly, the magazine is going to be the Extended Mag 2 to allow us to have a 60-round drum mag. And with these 5 attachments, you're pretty much set to dominate Rebirth Island. The gun also has amazing melt potential up close, which is why I really love this gun for Rebirth. Like, if you run out of ammo on your SMG or something, this gun is like an SMG AR hybrid. It's a perfect sniper support, and at far ranges, it legit is perfect as well. So try it out for yourselves. I love the GPR for Rebirth. And if you guys were wondering about an 8 attachment build, rear grip would be the ergonomic grip, stock would be the light stock, and the fire mod would either be recoil springs or the overpressured rounds for that extra bullet velocity. So up to you on how to rock it. The gun is just magnificent with these 5 attachments though. Moving on to our second gun here, we got the SMG of the SOG. It actually got buffed very nicely within this most recent update, having even more damage range and even better speeds. And thus, the SOG was really good before, it's even better now. Let's check it out. Muzzle-wise, on my SMGs, I love the Monolith Suppressor just because it not only keeps us off the minimap, but improves our damage range and bullet velocity. And more importantly, that damage range is nice to have because an SMG doesn't have all that much damage range. This is what's going to help the most. If you don't like the ADS speed and aim walking steadiness being decreased from this attachment, you can try a regular suppressor or a compensator, but I think you get the most bang for your buck for the monolithic. Barrel-wise, we're going all the way with the long barrel. It maximizes our damage range, and like I said before, SMGs have very little damage range to begin with, so boosting that as much as possible will make a huge difference in your gunfights. On the barrel-wise, I love the Ranger foregrip on SMGs. Helps our recoil control in the horizontal direction and also gives us movement speed. And as an SMG player, you want to be able to lessen the distance between you and your opponent so that you're in your maximum damage range and you're able to melt your opponents faster. For our magazine, we got the Extended Mag 2 for a nice little 55-round drum mag. Gives us as much ammo as possible for multiple opponents. And for the rear grip, I really like the ergonomic grip on SMGs. Helps our on the movement boost as well as extra ADS speed to keep the gun snappy. But if you're someone that doesn't move around a lot, I really use the movement a lot, so I tend to use that. But you could also use a quick draw grip if you're not a fan of the ergonomic. With these 5 attachments, the SOG SMG is one of the top 3 SMGs to use within Warzone. You got absolutely amazing movement potential, as you guys can see, and within the first damage range, these fools are going to be getting melted really quickly, and even the second damage range. Don't stretch your ranges, because that's when you're going to want to pull out your secondary AR, but up close, the SOG is super damn reliable. And if you're wondering about an 8 attachment build for the stock, use the light stock or the no stock, laser to Strellock laser, and the fire mod of recoil springs to keep the gun steady. Moving on forward, the next AR we're talking about is the good old Kilo 141. This gun has been getting a ton of talk lately just because of the buffs that it received in Warzone. And while I don't believe it's the #1 AR, specifically on Verdansk, there's another AR I think that's a little bit better. This gun has a lot of confidence to boot, low recoil, and amazing damage that I don't blame you if you think this is the best gun in the game right now. Let's check it out. So just like the GPR91, I really like the Willis 3X, so the optic is your personal preference. Muzzle-wise, I actually stick with the monolithic suppressor on this gun, just because I'm actually able to control this gun. It has very little recoil to begin with, so we take advantage of being off the minimap and getting extra bullet velocity and damage range. But like always, if you can't control the gun all that well, put on a compensator and the gun will literally have 0 recoil. Barrel-wise, we got that reinforced barrel with even more damage range and bullet velocity, so putting this together with the monolithic is going to make this gun melt even faster on top of the buffs that it already got. Magazine-wise, we got the extended mag too to give us a nice little 60-round mag, and it doesn't slow us down too much. If you wanted to, you could also run the extended mag 3 for 70 rounds, but I think there's too many downsides to rock the 70-round mag, so 60-round mag or the 50-round mag is going to be your best friend here. And lastly, I really like the fire mod of the recoil springs. I don't think you need an underbarrel. I don't think you need anything else for recoil control. All you need is this, and the gun is a laser beam. And thus, with these 5 attachments, the Kilo 1-for-1 is going to be one of your best competitive options for the long-range meta. So you have a decent amount of movement with the Kilo, but it also is kind of versatile like the GPR, where it's a pretty fast time to kill up close. And as you can see, the gun is pretty damn accurate. You're able to see your opponents pretty easily. The gun is just really, really nice and steady to use, and it's just too easy. So if you don't like the GPR, try out this Kilo, and I think you'll like it. This has a lot more versatility to be used in Verdansk as well. And if you're wondering about an 8 attachment build, underbarrel can be the Ranger foregrip, which is what I like on it, rear grip of the ergonomic, and stock of the nose stock for ultimate movement. But honestly, these 5 attachments are more than enough. And now we're moving on to my favorite SMG in the entire game, and I still think is the best SMG besides the compact in terms of time to kill, and that's gonna be the Jackal PDW. This gun also got buffed within this most recent update, which I'm kind of surprised about, and I think this legit pushes the Jackal PDW even further to elite status. So if you wanted my #1 SMG suggestion, it's the Jackal. The build is going to be very similar to the SOG, so we got the muzzle of the monolithic suppressor, barrel of the long barrel to max that damage range, underbarrel of the Ranger foregrip for recoil control and movement, magazine is going to be the extended mag 2, just to have as much ammo as possible, and the rear grip is going to be the ergonomic, or you can use the quick draw grip. And like I said, very similar to the SOG in terms of build. However, I like the Jackal even more because it's a little bit more forgiving on ammo, so you're able to melt people and still have a ton of ammo left over, and it's got great movement and even more damage range than the SOG. So yeah, try out this gun for yourself. Don't use it at super long ranges. That's when you pull out your Kilo and everything, or whatever your long range gun is. But the SOG up close, or the SOG up close, but the Jackal up close is a menace, even more after these buffs. And now for the last gun that I believe is the #1 AR in Warzone right now and perfect for Verdansk. We got the CR56 AMAX. The CR56 AMAX also got some buffs within Warzone, and I just think it melts very beautifully. Has very little recoil. It's basically like a Kilo, but just hits a little bit harder to me. And I highly recommend you try out the AMAX over the Kilo for the long range meta. The Kilo is a bit more versatile in the close range though. So muzzle wise, we're gonna go once again with the monolithic suppressor. Just allows us to stay off the minimap and give us extra velocity and damage range. But once again, if you need recoil control, put on that compensator. The gun literally won't move. Barrel wise, we got the reinforced barrel for even more damage range and bullet velocity. But if you want to switch it up, you could also put on the gain twist barrel for even more bullet velocity for those long range kills. Not necessary though, in my eyes. Underbarrel wise, we got the vertical foregrip for horizontal recoil control to keep this gun as steady as possible. And if you want to switch it up, I think the Ranger foregrip is also really nice for that extra movement, but it's up to you if you can control the gun with the lower amount of recoil you get from this. Magazine wise, we got the extended mag 2 to help us with that ultimate ammo capacity of 60 rounds. Just helps us with ammo. And for our fire mod, we got the recoil springs, once again helping us with recoil control as much as possible. And honestly, I love the iron sights on this gun, so I don't have an optic, but if you wanted to sacrifice something for an optic, you could either sacrifice the underbarrel or the barrel for an optic like the Willis 3X. But the CR56 AMAX is such a beast. As you can see, in my opinion, the iron sights are clean, so that's why I didn't put on an optic for the 5 attachment build, and the gun is so damn accurate, and it hits like a truck. So it's really up to you whether you like this or the Kilo or the GPR, but I literally think it's all about the AMAX, bro. Like, just learn to control it better, and you are gonna find some beastiness with this gun. It's incredible. And if you're wanting an 8 attachment build, the rear grip would be the ergonomic grip, the stock of the light stock, and then you can finally equip that optic if you wanted. But yeah, those are the 5 most broken meta loadouts within Black Ops 6 Warzone. And if you're wondering about my general loadout, we got the tactical stim shot to stay alive, the lethal throwing knife to finish off our opponents, Perk 1 is Survivor to make sure we're always at full health. Same thing with Quick Fix. And Tempered so we can armor up as much as possible. They just all help my survivability. But if you guys enjoyed these top 5 meta loadouts, make sure you guys drop a like in the video and subscribe and turn on those noties. Took me some time to research and try out all these guns and let you guys know what I think is the most powerful within Warzone. And if you enjoy Warzone videos, definitely stick around on the channel. I'm going to be very focused into that. However, if you're wanting even more content from me, I do have another channel called Hero, where I literally just drop Black Ops 6 multiplayer nuke gameplays and high kill gameplays over there. And when the BO7 beta drops, I'll also have a ton of BO7 beta footage over there. So if you like multiplayer, that's definitely the channel to watch as well. If you guys want to watch me live, follow me over on my Twitch at twitch.tv/themarkofahero, where I go ahead and show you guys, you know, my Warzone gameplays as I get them, interact with you guys, and see the moments that I don't upload to the YouTube because I be getting bodied sometimes. I also implore you to subscribe to my Hero Shorts YouTube livestream channel, where I YouTube livestream the same time as my Twitch livestream, so you guys have a choice on where to watch, and also post short form content there, as well as posting short form content on my TikTok at tiktok.com/themarkofahero. Sorry for this video being such a late one. As you guys can see, I have other channels that I upload on as well, and I'm always super busy with life. So it's a tough balance to kind of get everything together. But thank you guys for watching this late, and if you made it to the end of the video, I really freaking love you all.